see some results soon-ish. Otherwise, the rebuild surely will be on the cards. But Mac, I'm done talking with them for now. It's Liquid versus NAVI. NAVI definitely have the pressure on. Liquid looking for a resurgence. Who's going to be picking it up here? We'll find out, starting with Anubis.
Yeah, let's figure this one out together. And who is going to be playing the loser of Vitality and Falcons in the upper bracket. But Anubis is a great place to answer all these questions. We're seeing some aggression towards A main. Contact play from Liquid. Nerds getting real frisky with it. Twist to take the contact. And not far away is a big flash from Ultimate all the way thrown from heaven. It's just a matter of if NAVI are throwing something towards the A side here. Bomb suggests that maybe that's the thing. But the contact with the Glock at this range should favor them. Oh. Lovely shot from Nerds going in and beating the pop, but the flash ain't even necessary. It's the shots doing work. JL looking to at least try to get back towards the B side, but look where the bomb's gone down, Mitch. Right in the middle of the water, floating in the open.
Yeah, they kind of need that. It's a bit of a key to the puzzle, isn't it? They are going to rotate around, though. Try to take the additional space that they currently lack. Alexi walking through rugs now, seeing if he can pick up anyone caught lacking. Nerds, though, with a trained eye over towards Con. Now Shui getting the information. At least they've managed to force them away here, but Nerds' positioning is going to be very hard to overlook. Oh, no, he does spot up. He actually gets the shot as well. Great round here from Nerds so far with the 2. And now JL has to try and invest. They do have Shui still sitting back, so it will have to be a drop down into the canals, I would be sure. Nerds just needs to play time, but it's switched on him. Imma does find that one onto Nerds. A little bit of further info, but Ultimate denies. And now JL, the entry man, has to try and find something with that big old grin. But I think with the members running at him, he's going to give some information away, and Ultimate's happy to pick up his 2. Great round to open up the bank account for Team Liquid.
Thank you. Beautiful pressure through A main to enable themselves to be in a great position to convert said pistol. That's a really tough angle for Nerds to fight on too, and managed to get a snappy one-tap. Time to sell. And with a T-stairs smoke, will we see more aggression on the CT side from Liquid? Will they push the point? NAVI, a couple of members over in this direction, and they will disrespect the smoke. Shui at range. Vamus, a little better than it used to be. Oh, and tapping away. JL lucky to be alive.
6 points of HP, the only man with the Deeg. Not going to make it easy for him. But again, just one of these rounds where it's a little bit of a throwaway. We can let it settle. Again, you know, coming off such a high from that previous series, Mac, it can be hard to stabilize. Sure, these players were watching whilst they were prepping at the exact same merit.
Yeah. Liquid giving NAVI nothing. And I like how Liquid are playing towards Con, which will get tested. The 2-man setup, Ultimate. Able to swing, technically playing anti if there was any flashes, but there's no util remaining. So it will just be a dry swing. Deeg on the second man bit, looking to trade, but the M4A4, plenty of pellets to put into the NAVI members. And Alexi Burr will be hitting the ground.
Alexi, red emoji B, getting the job done. So now, this is the true test as always. We know Anubis to be a very heavily T-sided map, so with a pistol win and a second converted, not losing a hell of a lot either. I mean, it wasn't the SMGs to farm up that cash too much. The M4's got some work done, but it's been pretty clean. Ultimate 5-0, good start for him. But again, the money round. That opening gun round in the 3rd.
Money, 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 money. Here comes the money. Know what I mean?
Dollar, dollar.
Bills. Yo.
Yeah.
Cream, get the money.
Money talks.
Mm-hmm. Well, flash in. And NAVI. High prio on just clearing out the water area. They will enter the vicinity of Twist and Nerds, who have held util for a decent amount of time. Incendiary just to block the A main choke. Shui firing off some warning shots, and now repositioning with that A4 instead on the smoke fade. mid-pressure. That's when NAVI are looking to send it. Smoke towards camera. Will it be an A-split through it? Or are they still going to search on the wings to go somewhere else?
Good damage. Already finding that start. Now where's Alexi going to muscle through to? Going a little bit deeper here. Trying to wrap his way around now. Ultimate might be in for a little bit of a rude awakening, but he finds the timing. No, JL is going to be able to take him down. And now they can kind of temper fate here a little bit. Shuey has to go massive. He does find the timing. Hits one, but Alexi's already found him on the cross. And now his sight should be secured nice and easily. 4v2. It's definitely a little bit too much for Liquid. So they're going to want to try and save that weaponry on into the next. But good fundamentals there from Navi. They clear out, move as a pack, and get the job done.
It ain't done. JL not going to stop a chance at a save, but he will run the other way. Maybe not expecting Nerds to be in the exact same position. But he is making a ruckus. And Nerds will continue to make his way back to the beach, to a safer haven. And Navi realizing, hey, our economy, pretty fragile ourselves, so let's all survive in the area already pre-cleared. And that'll be Navi getting on the board here on Anubis. All it took was a couple of guns.
Well done. Pretty happy result there. Very, very slow sort of progression, but again, just dotting their I's, crossing their T's, making it all work out, Navi. So what's this little purchase going to look like back from Liquid? Full investment. They can convert this one. RV would be pretty happy.
Nice cheeky flashes to deny any vision. If Liquid were facing it Con, and it's a faster approach, MP9 at the ready, but Shuey good for one at least. But Con control in the hands of Navi. Main is there, but with the pick onto Imma, things get even more tricky for Navi. And now they've got to figure out where they want to go. Good block smoke, but it's a push from Nerds with a man advantage across the top of the smoke. It's not worked towards the A side of things. And Bit as well, just pushing a smoke himself. Two more for Liquid, one more for Navi, and only Alexi B between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, looking very good for Liquid right now. This could be a denial of this sort of return to form. Starting off strong, but that bomb will be planted. Alexi now has to be ready for this flank coming in from Nerds. If he can pick this one up, isolate the Jewel. He has moved down deep enough, but he has to be ready to clear, just keeping low. Will there be any audibles? I don't think so. Nerds, is he going to be able to clear him? Yes, he will, absolutely for free. Nice little one tap. Happy days. Round secured, 3 alive. AK as well recovered. I think there's going to be another one dropped over to Twists as well. So that is a solid position to find themselves in. 3 on the trot for Liquid on this CT side.
Lovely effort by committee for Liquid there. And I thought Nerds was considering going for a knife or such. But just gives Alexi B the respect he deserves. A little shoot in the back of the toot. Smoke towards T-stairs again. As well as one towards... Is that water? No, mid. But ultimate will be smoked off and respected in case Navi want to keep on brawling. And just a
only
slow
a
approach
minor
at the start.
exchange. Yeah. Nothing really to write home about just yet. Navi have been giving a hell of a lot of respect to Liquid early though, Mac. That's the sort of name of the game so far. But putting on the pace a little bit more. Mid-take, Alexi. Starting to clear all this out. 3 leaning over towards the side of B. JL has been taken down quite low just on the back of Canals right now. Still no bomb though.
Oh. Cracker shot out of JL, but it will be answered with one on the other side of the map. Twist and Nerds. The dream team, the deadly duo on the rifles, going to be able to find more value. Nerds doing wonderfully to put Team Liquid back in a great position. But look at this. Behind enemy lines are 2 Navi members. We've got Imma and Alexi B. trying to help out Wonderful and allow him to escort that bomb safely onto B. And the CTs don't seem to be aware. NAF is not looking in this direction at all. They're just worried about Con. Happy to play for the retake, I guess.
The fact that they've doubled up though, Mac, it seems like they are aware of something. They will be able to get the clear in. Smoke down, but Wonderful with that bomb in hand. Oh, he only narrowly gets the cross. He's been tagged down in the process as well. Shuey drops Imma. And now it is going to be a 2-on-4 on the retake. We have to see something big from the Wonder Child. On that AWP, the big old green, Alexi looking to open up the bank account, but can't quite take down Nerds. Will have to swing, but he's taken out. That nade could be everything right now. See you later, Nerds, out of the server. Onto this 3-on-2. Now starting to come out of Con. Are they going to be able to find more? Onto the line. Wonderful hits the shot. A second two. There he is, the hero that they deserve. Right now onto the line. Watching as Twists does start to creep through, but Wonderful will connect. And NAVI are straight back onto the board here into the 5th.
There he is. Wonderful. Having a weird event, you know, similar to a couple of other heavy-hitting AWPers. Some great rounds, some bad rounds, but this was one of the good ones. One of the memorable ones. A 2v4. Kicked off by that HE from Alexi B. And 3 wonderful flicks of the stick. Well, the resident Ukrainian AWPer for NAVI.
You almost thought it was done when Shuey found that kill on the cross, right? But Wonderful brings it through.
Nade towards stairs, gets big value onto JL this time. And Team Liquid going heavier towards the A site here on the low buy. Just a couple of MP9s and a couple of fellas with Twists looking to trade with that M4. And maybe this is something that they've studied on Navi's tendencies. Expecting them to go for an A split on what could, on paper, be a low buy. Just depends on how Navi have read the economy. But so far, just with the smokes, Liquid haven't given them anything to go off. Bomb's coming this way, Mitch. It might just work.
Slowly but surely. Some utility up. Making sure they still do the right thing here, NAVI. But yeah, it is going to be a very, very tough jailbreak, isn't it? Eyes focused now onto Ultimate. Nerds, Shuey watching that line. Nade goes in, so they will be lulled into a little bit of a false sense of security. But now they march. This is where the time shines. Shuey, Ultimate, putting it all together. JL will be able to get out for free. But Alexi, he's been spotted. Does manage to pick up one, but Twist marches forward. Able to deny. Now bringing it back to the 3-on-2. They have to go B, and they have to go now. Straight onto the line. Twist's already here. He was super quick for it, but now he just has to try and watch the line. They've gotten onto the site. They will be afforded the plant, but it's going to be a tough hold.
Big nade out of Shuey to try to get back in. JL has to do it all himself now. Shuey and Nertz to get past. Nertz a little bit more formidable. It looks like Shuey's hitting his shots. He's just waiting for his partner, his helping hand, to trade him out. And like a true leader, puts his life on the line, but he isn't needed to fall. Didn't need to be the bait on the hook, just did it himself. And JL could convert this time. As Liquid find another and deny Navi entry into the game.
Pretty good call and read there, hey, to be able to fight the early fight in towards main. It means that they started in an advantage. Alexi B then picked off. Twists able to find that little bit of extra time to allow for the rotate. And then Shuey with the 3K to just add the cherry on top in the round for Liquid. And they didn't seem to be super phased as well. Shuey was so cash after that round. They've reset the economy of NAVI. And as we sort of know, right, you know, 5 on the CT side's pretty damn good in the current climate, which they should be collecting after this round.
Lovely shot. Ultimate. 9-3. Performing under pressure so far on this CT side. And if they can get the 5 or 6 here, then I'd start to get a little worried about NAVI. I don't think their CT side has been hitting on Anubis as of late. But we'll see what they can do with a couple of pistoly boys. 2-2 split onto the B side. Only 2 defenders here, so NAVI have the numbers advantage, and it looks like they are ready to put the pedal to the metal. Shuey, with that smoke block towards the B main choke, is happy just to face at Con. But JL waiting. until that one fades to reveal he's already here in Connector. He's cheated the distance, but another one to buy the extra time. We'll see if NAVI get ants in their pants or if they can just hold this disciplined.
They've just sat perfectly still like statues, haven't they?
Yeah.
Not doing anything, not doing nada. Wait for that smoke to fade before they will strike. They've got to overwhelm 3. They've got no Kevlar to do it with the Glock in 1. Yeah. A little boost up the top. Would have been nice, but NAF will deny it. That's the Deagle taken. I mean, they've got to get moving at some point, right? Can't be statues for the whole round.
Make their move. And that's why they didn't want to run in. Because it was easy for Liquid in the end.
Crazy calm, man. They're not super pumped. And I mean, look, you know, they're nowhere near winning just yet, so they shouldn't be.
We are still in the first half of the first map of the final series of the day. and I dare say
well,
they're still chilling after
that
earlier win.
Yeah. Now that you mention it.
Like we're feeling the pressure because we still have adrenaline in our veins from that last series, Mitch, right? You got to remember that. The science of the body is a crazy thing. And it does cross those wires sometimes.
Breathing
just like
exercises. Need them again.
I got a bench and a bed mixed up, you know?
Yeah.
Don't know how that's possible, but it is. They both start with B. It's kind of the same thing. Well,
I'm going to need to see B in the form of Alexi pick up for the team. Said if they let Liquid get too many more onto this CT side, it's going to be a very, very tough uphill battle into the next one. They just go back to their defaults. Deep smoke out towards stairs to give a little bit of extra space to Liquid here to look down.
Yeah, Navi. Respecting those smokes. And Liquid did have a trap play towards the canals this time. JLHE bowled perfectly. Lovely damage onto Shui in ultimate. But it cost JL his life to get it done. Only towards mid. Alexi B just throwing some feigning utility, but there's going to be a bit of a brawl through canals if the T's don't turn around and check this. Wonderful with the bomb just there on the T-stairs, and he's got no helping hand just yet. A man above him on the bridge, and Shui won't be checked. The timing, it favours him. They jiggled, and Wonderful only saw ultimate. So this could work out in Liquid's favour.
They're just doing everything right at this point in time, aren't they, Mac? 2 rounds only for Na'Vi, a disadvantage, so much spatial control. Wonderful, though, rips the head off of ultimate. I think he's caught lacking a little bit there. Now they tried to pick up the pace a little bit more, keeping their eye trained over towards main, but this is this split now. Are they going to be ready for it? You're exactly right. Shui twist, denying the crunch completely. Speaking of captain, Imma getting one back as well, trading out Alexi. And now is Imma and Bit looking to get on towards that site of A. Shui and Naf are still living. But the nade to go in, is it going to be able to buy some additional time? Bit taken down to 4. Mac, it's getting spicy, but Shui, he's living up to his name right now, drinking the gods at Nectar. And the round has been taken by Liquid. And again, look at how calm they are.
Mate,
that is focused. Lock the hell in.
Layers on layers of chaos, and Liquid somehow come out on top. Beautiful nade followed through by a lovely couple of shots by both regards. Everyone is bringing some very solid counter-strike to the end of the groups here. Everyone wants to get up on that stage. The molly to close. And Shui with the fast flank, picking his move, not overextending. Playing his life just long enough. And 6-2 is a beautiful scoreline on the CT side.
Really, really is. Pistols up. Pretty heavy investment too as well. Imma looking like he bought over that AK-4. Wonderful. So they want to try and make something work. Na'Vi know that they are starting to lose time. They're able to find a couple more here. Maybe there would be some safety, but Nertz is going to deny a bit immediately. It's one set of Kevlar already out of the server. Now Alexi B. It just feels like clockwork, doesn't it? You know, they continue to find mid-control for free, Na'Vi. Yeah. But Liquid are able to adapt so quickly. Now they put up the pace here. Naf has to try find more than one. Able to hold on. Twist drops Alexi. And now Naf back to the Tech 9. Imma will take him down. But it's not really a winnable round, is it? Ultimate, no! little shaky. Does get one, but Wonderful's still alive. Mackie should be able to find another. Twist has been dropped. Nert's now in the clutch. Should be able to pick up the bomb here. Does collect. But now how much due diligence does he want to do? Where does he clear? Where does he look for? Is he going to try go for the peak here as well? He does actually dip all the way into connector. Wonderful. He might have actually made the right decision here. Nert's already there. How quickly does he want to run, though? Will Nertz find the timing? He's also pushing forward, but there it is. Wonderful's made the call, and now he's going to be able to afford a safe plan on towards A, and it's going to be a long way to go for Nertz.
Plays that clock perfectly. Realizes that Nertz definitely could have been back on site if he went towards that B area. And they're making his way to heaven. Bomb planted for him. Full clearing on beach. In the meanwhile, that rotation coming through from Nertz. Following in the footsteps of Wonderful.
Clock's ticking. Really is. Nertz has only one singular opportunity to make this work and make it work right. He's got the Molotov. Does go to heaven. So now Wonderful is going to have to creep around, and he's onto the defuse. He's sticking it. There is no way. Wonderful, you don't lose this round like this, do you? You have. It was your moment. It was your time. And that was certainly far from Wonderful. Good effort.
Oh.
But losing it right at the end.
Pros don't fake. First time, perfectly. He looks and sees exactly where it's planted, drops the incendiary towards heaven, and just prays to Gaben that he's made the right move. Milliseconds in that one.
Gaben has blessed him this time. Finally, a smile out for Shuey. There it is. Sue! Beautiful stuff. Man, Liquid are just looking up top right now.
Oh,
JL will, though, deny. Maybe Shuey getting a little bit overzealous.
That was nice. He saw Shuey do that, or maybe assumed Shuey's done that before. And with just good map knowledge and crosshair placement, shoots through the edge of the smoke, which leaves a slightly bigger hole. And will just shoot that one bullet, spot Shuey in the open, and get a free opening. So, intelligent CS coming through from J Legend. But Navi's still heavily on the back foot, and if they lose here with a nice opening like that, oh, Anubis might be written off already.
Oh, that nade. Oh. Absolutely. Dunks down Wonderful and JL. They are hurting. Now Ultimate can get back onto that line. Has missed a couple of key shots. He's actually going to get spammed through, but it's a 1-for-1 Tarad. Imma will go down to NAF. Still the advantage, though, going the way of Navi, but it's back to their usuals. Alexi says, come on, guys, back towards mid. I'm tired, boss. They found the space, though, Mac. NAF. Long way away. Nertz is going to be the one to try and stop the clock. He did get it in the previous. He's got a lot to overwhelm here. Twist is here, taken down. And there's the round. Okay, it works out for Alexi B this time round. The mid take is finally on. And now NAF. Well, look, I think it actually would be quite wise for him to save the AWP here. He should be afforded it. Surely no way he finds any level of timing here, right? They're still keeping two around.
We'll find out in a sec. Maybe NAF is happy with 7. There's no smoke. And that time is ticking. But Navi, not going to let NAF sneak under their thumb. And Bit as well, with all that health, will survive at A main if he wanted to hang around even longer. But that'll be that. AWP carried across to the next for TL. And the economy not necessarily in the best of ways. So, realistically, there is a world where Navi could come back in the half if they play flawlessly. Especially with shots like that. Alexi B has had some moments this tournament. Good and bad. We did see one of the bad ones the other day. We won't talk about it. But the good stuff has looked really good when it has been killed.
Yeah, nah, for sure. A fantastic individual, both in and out the server. Now back onto a bit of a motley buy here for Liquid. This is the, the demons that get brought through of the CT-sided economy, isn't it? 7 rounds, and now you're stuck with pistols. So Ultimate's going to need to hit those shots with the AVP. Nade up, in towards connector now. 3 members here. Shuey not going to get brought in by that. Molotov to go down to buy some additional time potentially. But they're just back to mid. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's just going to be onto Nerds to try and defend.
Oh, banger in. JL can't see a thing. And a lovely little pop play coming through out of Liquid. Clears out Con, but Nerds now next on the agenda. Lovely little crossfire between him and Ultimate, supporting from afar. But Nerds will fall for it. Now with only a one-man advantage, Ultimate needs a helping hand, and that's going to be coming in the form of Twist. Pushing through the smoke at the right moment.
Naffers
not far behind, and that'll be the bomb on the ground and a round in the bag for Liquid, unless Bit has something to say about it. 3 CTs to find, and the 2 at mid, not here at all, but Ultimate ring around the rosy. He's played that game before. The young gun won't live in the end, but with 30 on the clock, they've actually separated. There is now a chance, and the incendiary gets respected. That is the point where the round went wrong.
What's he going to do here? He's so unaware now. Has to try and find the bomb, but he's gone up high. He's looking the wrong way. He manages to collect, but 14 seconds, and Naf has done the right thing. He's moved through A main. He's taken that control, and he's solidified here for Liquid. All smiles on dials. What a play, though, in the round here from Twists. 2 big impact kills with that 5-7.
Just bringing almost nothing into the round. A couple of pistols. Couple of upgrades in the end. And Naf, perfect moment to strike. Coming in there on the flank. Last round of the half though, NAVI, plenty of money for another. Wonderful even affording that AWP. Let's see what he can do with it. As Liquid go for a different approach on the CT side again. 2-2-1 split. Playing close at pizza. Naf, with the financial situation, having to go down to the MP9, and he may just be all alone. Twist comes through with the AK in time, knocking on the door of Temple, looking to make history. And the molly sends him packing, but a 2v3, not unwinnable for Liquid. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, still no bomb. So now they're going to be able to drop that over to JL. Molotov down towards connector to give themselves some additional space. Twist would have to have a phenomenal round here. He's already found 2. They do have the smoke and the HE in the hands of Nerds, though, Mac, as they walk around the flank. He's got to be ready for it. That's a 3rd. Twists. Imma is low. This could be massive on the timing. Nerds drops Imma. It's all onto Alexi, the captain. Is he going to be able to find it? Big nade from Alexi. Holding true. Needs to try and find the 1v1s. Isolate the duels. Tap onto the bomb surely as the position now gets tight. Twist's already there, but Alexi will drop. Now onto Twist. Has to find 4. Already a massive round from the former captain of Liquid, but I think the timing might be enough. Alexi's held. Twist, will he find it? I don't know if he's got it. I don't think he does. The camera's pulled away, so we're going to call that another round for NAVI. Look, they were happy about it anyway, but a 4K for Twist. I mean, they give it a good crack, and that's been a nice half here, but do they have enough to take it back onto the CT side in NAVI?
Solid first half out of NA. Poland and Israel, whatever you want to call them. TL is their name. And they are doing so damn good right now, aren't they? Let's see what they can do in the second half, though, as NAVI are looking worse for wear. Maybe affected by jet lag. Maybe it's been a long day for the troops. Maybe FlyQuest took it all out of them with what the Aussies threw down earlier on.
Owie.
Wonderful. Going to be starting worse for wear. Dink through the corner. Lucky to be alive.
I think they're ready to go really, really fast, though, Mac. Imma's got a big task with these Julie to try and hold on, but he's flashed up. Wonderful takes one. Imma does get it back, but they're trading out quickly. Naf and Nertz getting it done. Bit trying to pick up the pace here. Can he hold, or is he going to get baited into submission? Looks like it will be the latter. Nertz takes him. JL gets it back, though. Oh, J Legend with a crispy shot. Now looking to find more. It's all going to be onto Nertz. He's already had a pretty bloody big round. Can he find the additional? He can. Nertz with 4, and the hero Liquid need to keep the door closed on Navi.
Ain't no getting back in there for Navi this time. For Alexi B and his merry men. Beautiful couple of shots initially, but yeah, you mentioned it, Nertz having to fire up, and you can rely on him. He is Mr. Reliable for this team. Doing work when it's needed, clutching up when it's necessary. And now just 4 more rounds to put Anubis in the bag for the series and be just 1 map away from making it to the playoffs. But we won't get ahead of ourselves. Who knows what Navi are going to do with many pistols running at a Mach 10. Maybe die, maybe win, maybe make some bacon. Boom. Speaking of ultimate, getting stylish with it, but it is going to be the Glock to snatch it away. Mach 10's farming up a lot of the kills in the round, and ultimate going to be happy with that for sure.
Crispy clean. 10 rounds now. Twists a little confused by something. Overall. Oh, that shot. Okay, fair enough. Respected. But I think, yeah, 10 double digits. Pretty great start to the T side here. Navi may very well be one of the last real chances they've got to actually try and hold on to this one. It was Liquid's pick for Anubis. Inferno around the bend if we need it. There's Ancient. But right now, Liquid are making a pretty good mission towards the arena of Rod Laver.
Ooh. Off the back of the block. Wonderful. Missed opportunity, but a bit of chip damage onto Nertz. As well as the all-important information to allow NAVI to put their pieces in the right position, but they're sticking to the 2-1-2 for the moment. Naf creeping up towards Con. That smoke being respected, but he's got a whole kitty util himself. And Molly could force both these sneaky CTs further back into a slightly rougher position. He's now actually, they're just going dry. No flashes necessary. Alexi B can't hit him, but Imma doing what he can, running low on the bullet department. And now we're down to the 3v2. Wonderful going to be able to snatch one away as Nertz not allowed to make it to site. 2-man flank coming in from the con side and the bomb's still on the ground.
Are they going to be able to use that utility? Molotov went forward. Naf, just gets around and maybe that warning bullet. But he's down to 2 points of HP. Nothing to work with. And now, unfortunately, that bomb will be dropped again. Shuey, he's split the wickets. But it's going to be wonderful to turn on a dime and rip his head clean off. And thankfully, a lifeline in the form of Wonderful. It's going to be a good round, well needed for Navi to hold on to this series.
Great couple of trades out of Imma to keep Navi alive. And then the rest of the boys to follow through in that 3v2. But now into the 16th we go. And the traversal for Team Liquid is looking ahead towards the A site initially. Ultimate holding a wide swing. And just making sure Imma won't get away with a free peek from Con. Smoked off though, very early on. And Liquid just having a chat as to what to do now.
Ooh. Nade over the top does tickle. But really just back to that default. Not a hell of a lot happening right now for Liquid. Just trying to make NAVI burn their utility as best they can. Ultimate looking to jump onto that line. They have got some space into Con, but again, the bomb still sort of dropped outside stairs, so even if they get the site, nothing to be found just yet. Oh, key frag missed from Ultimate.
Yeah, certainly a sitter dropped. And JL, oh, this is the worst possible moment to be pulling out that utility. He needs the helping hand of Bit to put that gun to use, and both gets a headshot. But there's only one man doing the damage, and that's Nerds here. Him and Twist trying to get through them. And through them they shall. Wonderful gets 2 before going to the grave. And it is currently a 2v2 towards that A side of the map, but NAVI are thinking about their own economy, and they've hesitated just too long. Ultimate, a free flank kill onto Imma. And Alexi B, the captain. What can he do here to save the weapon?
Might not even be able to. They are looking their way. Ultimate does shift around. If he spots, if he peeks, okay, there's the information. Now they can surely pick up, but at the end of the day, they don't have a hell of a lot of cash, so it might not be overly wise to go too far. And that's what Alexi B is interested in. He knows the economic game, but he's punished by Shui, the new captain. Oh man, they are cheering. But still seem composed. Again, you know, even after a potential victory in this opening map here on Anubis, still plenty more work to be done. Wonderful had a good crack in the round, but denied completely. So what's the financial biscuit going to be looking like this time? Oh, bugger all. We see a Nova come out for Wonderful. Maybe not, but there's the call. Blade. He's got the hand. The palm up.
We spoke about this the other day. The value of a Blade tactical in particular. And how much respect the players give to what he says, and usually how often and successfully it does convert into a round. Now, with the money that's there in the bank, I don't know if we're going to get that this time. But maybe it's just to give them some sort of shot moving into the next round. Because look, every round in Counter-Strike is winnable. So let's see what NAVI have cooked up here. And it is going to be a B stack initially.
Yeah, save up. So they've taken it fully to a knee.
The thing...
Fire sale happening in spawn.
That'll ruin this strat, Mitch.
Yeah.
Is that NAF still has a Mac 10. He may just be the info man. And as Wonderful goes searching, he's seen... But where to from here? NAF falls back, expecting maybe a pop from the CTs. But we're seeing a full rotation back towards the A side of the map. And I think it's the right call.
Look at him just funneling in. Good bit of timing here. Maybe a flash, but no, they're so ready. A massacre in mid. No single chance at all. NAVI wants the AWP, but he'll leave it. I mean, look, JL's going to be denied anyway. Twists makes it work. Oh, this is looking grim right now for NAVI. I was huffing a little bit of hopium at some point, Mac, but Nerds are still there. There hasn't really been any moments where NAVI were in this game at all. Am I crazy to be saying that? In this map specifically?
There were early moments, but then Liquid just won sort of the swing rounds that they needed to, and that put the economy in a weird way. And then also, like, you remember it was, what, like 7-5 at the half? It just feels like recency bias for this half. Yeah, they look like terrible players at the moment because they're not getting anything done. They're not winning the rounds. They're not holding the sites. They're not playing the CT side of Anubis. I said that before, though, that the CT side on Anubis hasn't been good lately. So we'll see if Wonderful can pass the test.
They want to close the game. They're done with this chapter. But Wonderful is going to be able to at least deny that for now. I have to write a sequel. Not just yet.
Ultimate up the guts. And has managed to find a timing. I'm not sure if he heard Alexi rotating across. But he won't get past that scope of wonderful. And the molly disrespected JL. Happy to swing and taste sweet revenge.
Desperately needed round, isn't it? They took that save. They said, we're happy to fight overtime.
Hang on, Mitch.
They acknowledged.
Are you saying this round's over?
7 on the trot. No.
Are you saying this round's over? Because you thought that 1v3
we remember
was
what
over
happened in that
ZTR.
previous map,
Yep,
Mac, all right?
that?
I remember that. I was there.
30 seconds. Twists.
The round's over,
He's
Mac.
a magician. He's somehow going to be able to plant from here. I don't know how.
I do love the storyline,
I don't know
right?
where.
The potential prospect is always something that you can hype up. But I guess they're sitting here going, well, look, guys, Ultimate's got no cash. Send him an AK, will you? Or maybe even an AWP from Shuey. He'll have 6.6.
Yeah, Navi. Respectful. Happy just to hold those sights, lock in the rounds. Desperately needed. And a smile from Imma. Showing that maybe the mental advantage has potentially come back their way. I'm not seeing a lot of positivity on the faces of the Liquid members. They just need one round.
Yeah.
And, well, arguably, they've also been in this position before, one round away from a win with a large comeback from a heavy-hitting team. They have been on the receiving end of that back at Cologne.
Something that they don't want to be reminded of. But they will be able to throw together a purchase in towards this round. But they just want to talk it out first.
Yeah.
Don't blame them. They need to take these opportunities whilst they're there. A 13-6 would be a very, very happy result. They can afford to lose a couple, but to allow a comeback while sitting on the T side would be pretty gut-wrenching.
Early progression utility from Liquid. And Nert's letting Wonderful know that he hasn't made his way into main with that spam. Liquid happy to go for the slow default. Allow Navi to try and make that first move, but Shuey now makes his way towards Con. With the good amount of util to take control there. Got a block from Imma at the minute mark, looks good. And Shuey's thinking of breaking it. Or even just going through dry with the molly. Oh, the moment Imma looks away, Shuey has gone through. A brilliant timing, a trade from JL, keeping Navi alive. But now they know JL's here, which means maybe mid's weak. Maybe this is the space that Twister's looking for.
That's the craziest part, isn't it? Your captain just walks straight through the smoke, manages to get one and done. And now what's the call? They've separated it entirely. 2 on each site. Now NAF, watching closely, knows that JL is just about on that line, but now as they start to march their way in, the utility up and over the top to drop into canals, leaving only NAF inside main. Nertz is going to bank the nade off the wall, peppering up JL, opens up with 1 and 2. Nertz, oh my god, Ultimate actually finding it through the pillar. Now Wonderful has to try catch something on the flank. Twist will take him down, and Bitmate, well, I know you're bloody good at Counter-Strike, but a 1v4 might be a little bit of a tall task here on this site of B. Looks like Liquid are going to be able to walk away with this one, Mac. Bit now creeping his way through CT, seeing what he's able to find, but he will be denied. Nertz with a banger of a matchup, opening up the gates here on Anubis. We need to see a resurgence from Navi on Inferno, otherwise they'll be packing their bags.
Yeah, that last round as well, you could see Liquid doing their homework, reading it like a book, knowing exactly where Navi were playing.
Determining who's going to make that semi-final between, of course, Vitality and Falcons. Won't spoil that one, because all we want to know is the action here into map number 2, Mac. It's Inferno. It's looked good for Liquid, but same could be said for Navi. Let's boogie.
Where are we boogieing down to? Info towards second. I don't think Imma was quite seen, but it hasn't triggered the rotation just yet. Liquid going strong towards A. Double setup at the truck and on the balcony, with Ultimate gazing towards long instead. Couple of bits of util tossed across between the individuals, one of which is a smoke at B, in case JL goes that way. But what do we got here from NAVI? Bit of apps control. Uncontested. Able to have their way with the map. And Alexi B bringing that bomb towards the A side of things. JL no utility to go for a fake. Maybe a walk in and contact or try to stop those rotates. Look at a deep arch smoke. Long even. And a bust up shot.
Trying to make a bit of a pace change, yeah. Looking to get around Diggity, but no. They were happy with a little shot at brackets, but they choose to fall away. Still not overly convinced as to where they want to go. Waiting for a potential call from JL over towards B. Really just buying some additional time now, Mac. The action about to happen. 20 seconds left on the clock. First opening pick from Imma. Able to find that one. Twist has to activate here and now with those Julies. We'll be able to pick up one. Falls his way in towards Mini Pit, but Wonderful will rip his head off and a second as well. Round basically done and dusted. Plant goes down in the hands of Alexi B. And I don't think Nerds and Shuey are going to be getting this one done at all.
Looking like that'll be that unless Nerds can penetrate the brick wall with Julies, but that ain't happening. And NAVI, welcome to the lead for the first time in the series. They will be in pole position. 1-0 the scoreline for them. And Nerds just hoping to take the Kev to the next. One banger for Shuey, and look, you can do a lot with that. Make a little trap play. And Inferno is a lovely battlefield to go for a force if you want to. No, save the Cox. Save him. No!
Not today. Some fear them, some save them. But into this round, it will be an opening to the bank account for NAVI. So pretty happy with that one. As I said, it was a relatively interesting start where it was close.
Bro, he did nothing wrong. He was just a bystander.
Innocent until proven guilty, Mac.
Anyway, Mitch, if you were Shuey, if you had a big Counter-Strike brain, where would you be putting this flash?
I like down mid, but looks like they're already sort of lined up to just sit back from library and the arch side. Nobody coming towards this side of A, though. Just the singular member in bit. Yeah, I do not mind a little second mid pop flash play. But it's not going to be happening this time. So just Nerds to start to get that information. He's going to hear the audible. They do start to walk their way over. So NAVI, I think this should very well be 100% around for them. But they'll still need to get that bomb plant. Wonderful finds it. And it'll just be Liquid to throw something at them from an exit strategy.
Couple to the tally. Confidence kills for the NAVI members. And Liquid not going to find any exits at all. Flawless round. Perfect out of NAVI. And one that'll shift the confidence back into their favor. But now they've got to deal with guns from Liquid. Into that third round.
All right. So now the heavy lifting begins. This is your kind of round, Mac. Liquid looking to move straight into this with what they've got. Just enough, I suppose. No kits in play. Whereas NAVI still holding onto those Mac 10s. So are they going to be doing something a little faster, using both to get their way in towards apartments? Imma in tow. Just that midline from Ultimate at the very minute.
So this is the difference that we'll see from Liquid, which we didn't from FlyQuest against NAVI earlier, is at least even faking the retake control, dropping that util set towards the top of Banana. But little do they know that NAVI have disrespected it and gone right through, edged the smoke. And ringing true of the tones of these Galils, Shui and Nerds will be in a crossfire, or at least attempt to be. Smoke denying that, and Shui out on an island. Only one flash to allow him to keep on fighting. Him and Nerds looking to make this one happen. Oh, he swung around and found the second. Still fighting, looking for another gun. Gets the Galil, and the smoke's in the way, but Wonderful's gone through. Denied the rotations, and things getting real tricky with 20 on the clock to plant and nowhere else to go. They need to get past Nerds, the man that's already torn him a bloody new one. Flash there. Beautiful team play, and Nerds lives longer. Bomb on the ground at Banana, and that should be that. Nerds an absolute hero for that one.
Yeah, heads up play from Nerds there, finding two, and I think he actually picked up an empty Galil for a time there. Managed to get off from pool, back to the site, gets the reload as Wonderful's taking ultimate in towards CT. But what a round here from Twist as well. He found the one down mid, then he was able to deny the plant by dropping them from top of Banana. So that is a happy little response there from Liquid, and it calls for an immediate pause to come back so NAVI can have a little bit of a conversation as to what went wrong there, because that was a scrappy round, Mac, is all I can say from NAVI. They had all this control, but not much at the same time.
Bit more of that, and Liquid will find themselves in the lead out of bloody nowhere. NAVI still with a shot with what they will bring into the fourth. And they didn't necessarily do much wrong. It was just Nerds with a crazy little 2K on that bust through the CT smoke. I thought Shui was done for. I thought he was out on the smallest island. And with the phase smoke, maybe we'll see some aggression here. Only 2 towards A. That's a risky maneuver to go through, but they're going to bloody do it anyway. Flash in. NAVI with the bomb. Alexi B, mate, what have you done? Thrown that one straight on the ground, and the package has been delivered, but the wrong respect for that one. Wonderful in the meanwhile, dealing with the aggression at Banana, and just like that, the action subsides.
15 seconds into the round, and it's knives out, straight in mid. They picked the right site to rotate for now, Twists and NAF. But obviously Twist taken very, very low in that exchange earlier on. Wonderful getting it back, bringing the team back into the lead with his little 2K. Now as that smoke goes down, it's going to be pressure onto Twist here. Again, he was taken low in that earlier mid-trade. Onto the line, taken down, bomb dropped, Wonderful. Has to go more. Twist, the captain, able to do so many things. Bit now into the 1v1 with NAF. Oh no, NAF. Gotta be upset with that. That's now 3 players with still 0 kills on the side of Liquid, and NAVI are up and about.
Bit of frustration coming out there. He even leant into the monitor on the spray. He was meaning bloody business. But Mr. Reliable Bit showing up when needed. And Wonderful as well has been having a bit of a series, having a bit of a day for himself. But we need to see a bit more from him in particular if NAVI want to keep on stringing these rounds together on the T side. Ooh.
Needs to be an effort by committee, doesn't it? And they're straight down mid. A little bit of dunking damage onto Alexi B, but it's not going to be too stressful for them. It's only Twists left lacking as he just does to choose to rotate around. I think he's going to be taken down very, very quickly. There it is. Oh no, good damage on the Bit, but he is taken by Wonderful, who's keen to add more frags to his bag. That's another round on the trot for NAVI. They've been quick. The action's been happening very, very early on, hasn't it?
One of those rounds where you want to get it out of the way, but you can also easily catch tees off if they don't expect that mid-aggression. Didn't work this time for Liquid. Straight on to the next they go. They'll be dumping that old ROP smoke towards the bottom of Banana. Deep molly as well, but there is going to be smokes going the other way for NAVI. They do want to contest here, and they have 3 members brought to the party. 4th if you include Imma at the back with the bangers. And in they come. No one can see a damn thing for the moment. JL just spraying the wall.
Wow.
And it's wonderful to get in front of him and look for even more. If Twist falls, that's the round. But he's going to hold on till the bitter end. 2 found. But is that going to be enough to buy space for Liquid to get a clutch on the board?
They do seem to be a little bit more confident. JL taken very, very low, but once again, you know, that nade to just pop the smoke before they save, it's not going to happen. Ultimate, NAF, both on 0 frags. Shuey the same. This is really confident play coming out from Navi right now. As I said, they just go fast, no holds barred. They're happy to have that duel at the top of Banana there. Look at all the deaths at their utility out the wazoo. But they 100% the round still. Another smoke towards CT to just ensure that they collect the bag. But this is 5 great rounds in tow for NAVI, looking like a completely different team to what we saw on Anubis.
I love watching Navi when we get good Navi. One of my favourite teams to watch last year. Yeah. This year just more cold than hot. But when they're hot, it's good to watch. It's good to have a cheeky peek.
They'll find it.
Yeah.
They'll find it. Everyone has their ups and downs. Even the best rosters have had their moments. Is it the continued same aggression, Mac? That's going to be my question early on. Ultimate does manage to get a small gap in the smoke, but he misses the flick. And now they're already up Banana once more. JL at the helm. Already behind that Molotov, and close little peek there, Shuey. It's going to feel awkward. JL just keeps on going, though, doesn't he? No fear. Is he going to be able to look low, though? Nerds does spot him, and now he does creep forward in front of the smoke. He's going to have to go solo. Shuey, oh, no, they've missed each other. There's 1, there's 2. JL, hullabaloo. Another round goes the way, surely, of Navi, and this is the thing. Liquid just have so much time to stew on it.
And you'll take it. Bit even thinking about going for some more already at the halls. And we'll be joined by a few more men towards the bottom of Banana. Liquid looking to save things up towards CT. NAF and Ultimate not allowed to even get activated yet, same as Shuey. Although he's been given 6 opportunities. And it's crazy the polarity.
Nice.
That can be a team on one map to the next, right?
Such is Counter-Strike, my friend. Comes in waves. But, yeah, very sort of one-sided affair. Still game left, I suppose, for Liquid to get activated. But much longer, we're going to start singing the Tale of Ancient, which may very well be needed at this point in time to determine who's going to be our final team into the playoffs.
Thinking about a faster approach. Alexi was getting frisky with that top mid smoke. And Liquid gambling that triple stack towards the B side of the map this time. Nade across the top from Shuey. And in the meanwhile, it is Bracket that we're looking at. Smoke towards Arch. Isolates Twist. Speaking of isolated, NAF has a big job ahead of himself. Molly to buy space towards apartment side. He will slip into pit. Shuey arrives on the scene just in time. But that's if they go this direction. Bit now looking for an entry. Showing face. And the bomb deciding where it wants to go. Wonderful with another layer of utility back towards the A site. I was thinking maybe, just maybe, they go back to B, but we see JL joining the troops, and it's going to be a 5v3 on A.
Library now smoked. Archers as well. Looks like they're going to wrap around, but how many are going to be heading around this corner? Shuey Eyes trained on towards the line. Wonderful will be the one to try and find this entry. It's all going to be onto a matter of timing. Great flash in, but no! Wonderful somehow finds him. Imma also getting one back. Twist has gotten two. When he is taken down, they catch Imma. Nav finds him. Wonderful. Gets another response. The round still potentially on. Nert's on the quick rotate, but he actually might hear him, no. On towards the side. They've got 10 seconds. They will be able to afford the plant, but it's going to be tight. Nert's moving so quickly. Mac, is he going to be able to find it? He's kept interested for long enough. Wonderful now, sitting back from the pit. Bit joining him on the site to try and line up this crossfire. Try and keep each other interested. Bit finds another, and now it's all left onto Ultimate. 0 frags, and will it continue that way? No, but the round will not be secured. 7 on the trot now for NAVI. They continue firing.
There was glimpses, there was moments where it looked so good for Liquid. That flash to Arch was great, but Wonderful won that somehow. And then also the timing on this incendiary where Twist goes to fight short. He finds that double. If he had an extra helping hand there, if they doubled up on that side of the map, then maybe it could have gone further in Liquid's way. But he needed the info, he needed the block. And it was info they got, but it was those minute moments. And Nert's not quite taking that opportunity to swing to sight when he had an opening. Oh, it's rough to break down. But NAVI just looking like a completely different team. It needs to be said again and again and again, because they do.
All right. Is there any change here? Still again, a harp on it. Shuey, Naf, Ultimate, all yet to get activated. They were good in the previous. You need that full 5. Everyone showing up to the party, Mac. Some will bring fruit salad. Some might bring the snags. But if you rock up with nothing, well, you don't get an invite to my party. Now in apartments, Ultimate straight onto that line. Does narrowly miss the shot. Bit. Oh my God, Ultimate does connect with one at least, but Naf goes down.
Twist. Hunting, lurking, and oh, it's working. Swinging on the carp side and Boiler at the same time. Dropping the bomb in a crossfire that is awkward to deal with as a T. JL though. 1v3 remaining. Oh, and that crosshair is drained to a damn T. 2 more to find.
This would crush Liquid.
And the bloody bomb, the package, is so damn retrievable. But Ultimate knows its location. And has
50
a
seconds too.
A flash and a HE to use if he wants. Shuey, not far away. Smoke and a flash. And may be able to get to Boiler in time. The timing, it works for JL and Ultimate. I don't know if he's seen that this has been picked up on the map, but he's on the tight line. And it's a sight line that won't work this time. JL in the 1v1 now. Traversing past 3 Liquid members and Shuey going as far around the world as possible.
He needs 1 kill.
Back to apps. And timing may be a bitch this time for JL. But can he put that dog down? He's looking the right way, and he'll do it again.
Let that sink in, Shuey. He had an electrifying Anubis, but this is as lackluster as anything from the captain of Liquid. JL finding the 1v4, and it was 4 1v1s. Even Taffy doesn't like what he's seen. It was disgusting. What a play there from JL, and a clutch that puts one of the many nails in the coffin necessary to take Liquid out of this map.
My lord. Action. Straight out of the gates again. Everyone wants a bit of map control. You get a bit, and you get a bit, but Ultimate, he's the one doing the hitting. But he has no idea that there's a thief in the night, and that knight's name is Alexi B. Twist, though, heads up gameplay, but it's Bit's turn to keep on striking. 2v3, Mitch. How's this one going to play out?
Oh, okay. At least they make it a little bit easier on themselves. Wonderful would have to find the clutch, but he's already got one. Mac, no, not again. Oh, not like this. Do not allow it. 2 points of HP. Nerds, all he has to do is literally blow a gentle breeze onto the man. It'll knock him straight off his socks. But Wonderful, He's actually going to get a little bit activated. Might walk through the smoke here if he can slip the net. The man is not going to be able to go fishing today, Nerds. He has been denied. And he's got now a lot of time. I mean, look, what do we look at? A nade, molly, smoke, no kit. And he's got a long way to go. The complete other side of the map now, Mac. Wonderful's got time to set up. He gets that smoke down deep towards CT. Where does he sit?
He's going through it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Back to back. NAVI. Right back on the horse, brother. They are doing it. Again and again. It looked good at the start for Liquid. They had a great read. They had a numbers advantage. The Stonks were all NA-centric. But NA is half a NAVI. And they'll just take it back anyway. My lordy. 8 rounds the gap.
His parents, buddy, teach him not to play with his food. Imma and Alexi don't even need to do anything in this map, Mac.
They're just not allowed.
Back-to-back clutches.
Well, what do we got for the early round this time? Lots of presents shown from Liquid towards Banana. And very, very confused as to where they want to put these rifles. Ultimate falling means Twist has to come back to A. And now it's that 2v2 situation. Shui with a smoke and Nerds an MP7 of all things. That's not the best tool for the job, unfortunately. And Shui, only 25 bullets in the magazine. How many can he get here? 2 would be good, 3 would be nicer. But 1 is all he'll find. And don't you damn mind, NAVI actually still need to get that bomb to Banana safely.
Very, very separated across the map, aren't they? A bit will pick up the bag. But I don't think there's any way that they can actually start to bring it in. Nav does drop Imma. Maybe that gives them a little bit of interest. I mean, at this point, what do you lose, right? You know, there's nothing really that can happen anymore. Taking a save here would just feel unreasonable, but it looks like that may very well be likely. They're hoping for a mistake. They're hoping for an overstep. Oh, God. And we've just had the stat brought through. Twist has 3 times the damage as basically the rest of his team. No help. It is a team game.
Well, opportunities have arisen for Liquid. Well, we have 2 clutches, you know, a couple of silly rounds there, here and there. This could be a, you know, 6-5 scoreline. But it's not. And NAVI are looking to send it all the way to map 3. And feel out this reverse sweep. Because, look, earlier today, JL was getting very excited when he won a couple of clutches. He's like, oh, finally won one. But he won some big one here. Wonderful too. And individually, they are putting the team on their shoulders. Yes, Bits got a 2 KD. And the other boys are on 4. But look at JL. 11 and 5. Wonderful. 16 and 5. A masterclass performance on the T side of Inferno, and there's a chance for even more kills. 2 easy ones found, an extra man advantage, and ultimate, the single man to lock down the A site.
I mean, look, if he can get 1. I can't even instill a different narrative anymore, Mac. It looks like it's going to be an 11-1, wherein NAVI will just need the pistol and the second to follow. 5 on 2. This time there is no saving. Twist is going to try and make something happen. Nerds to take point, but I think Bit's going to rip him out of the server. And well, Twist, he's on the other side of the map. JL's still going to keep him interested, and I think he actually might catch him lacking. He absolutely will. What have we just witnessed? That is a NAVI masterclass here on Inferno. As I mentioned, 2 more rounds necessary, and Liquid have to do the unthinkable.
NAVI looking like a whole different team in the server and out. Smiles all around. And the vibes, immaculate.
Looks like we're almost done on this tech pause. That's why the little break was extended. There seemed to be headsets off and a little bit of laughter. Whatever was happening with Nerds there, but should be almost ready to rock and or roll. You having some lightsaber action in there, Mac?
Yeah, it's an electric stick. It's not quite a saber. It's more of a twirly bird. I can't remember the specific name. Sorry to my Star Wars fans out there. And don't tell my missus that I was playing with the toys, okay? Actually, exercising effectively with them. By the way, Nerds, shout out one time. Love you all. Glow up in the chat for the homies. And look, this game may not have too many more legs on Inferno, but I dare say that map number twice is going to take us to a finer place because, yeah, I think this deserves 3. I said it at the start. I did kind of call that Navi may be done going in here. Hey, you said that. But look, happy to be wrong and happy to be very wrong. 11-1. And if this pistol goes the way of Navi, hey, we're packing our bags and we are looking straight towards Ancient. And I love a bit of Ancient action.
It's pretty much no other way. There's been a couple of one-sided affairs this tournament. We see FaZe 13 winning 3D Max only earlier today. Now Bit holding on to that line. I think he actually may very well find Ultimate. No, they hard swing him up. Does get the trade back onto NAF. And now they have to do a little bit of extra work here on the cross. Nerds will drop him. Okay. Looking like there's a potential opportunity here. Wonderful. Still sitting back. Will duck his way in towards the pit now. Rotation has not yet come through. They're just waiting for any further mistakes here, aren't they? Not looking to over-rotate, not looking to overstep.
Incredibly passive approach. But Wonderful just wants that information. Can snag a nasty shot away if anyone came from long, but we know with that long smoke that Liquid have set their sights up short. And arguably, this is a great position to be in unless that happens. And you get mollied into the open, you get blinded, you can't see a damn thing. Good luck, Alexi and JL. Look, there have already been a couple of clutches, so let's never count them out until the round's done.
At least it does look like it could very well be a round for Liquid. They haven't had many moments. And that early duel was found nicely. Fortunately, Bit unable to connect with those dualies. Now, Alexi looking to try take that smoke in towards the next round. And I think JL is going to be doing exactly the same. It's got his Kevlar, has a flash. So I think we're just going to let this round go by the wayside as Liquid pick up a second. Crispy.
Exits. A small surprise to bolster that economy slightly, but Liquid will be happy with the round and happy to not get 13-1 here.
Great shot there. We did see a comeback earlier, Mac, from Gamer Legion.
We did. So we won't count anything out, but look, before we start to panic, there's got to be a few more rounds. Then we can hit the panic button and then we can go crazy, Mitch. But for now, keep the straight jackets hung up without us in them, please. Okay, force buy from NAVI. Plenty of space to make this one work. So a solid gamble. And 3 players invested towards the B site nice and early with all of this utility. And what do we got? Alexi with a flash, JL close range. They had that trap set up in case Liquid came to play. But they will back away instead. And Liquid may end up getting Banana for free. Conditioning util towards bracket as well. Smoke on long, flash it short. Will bait the rotation out of Imma. And NAVI have put the pieces in the wrong positions, but that being said, one of the harder hitters is right here, sitting behind the fountain. And Alexi B, he's got himself a smoke, molly, and a nade to try and help JL succeed as best possible. Molly on oranges, Alexi at the ready.
Flash in. Got ready. Nicely done. Only finds one, though. Oh, that's a little bit unlucky. JL met the same fate by Nertz, so this round will be a throwaway for them. Unfortunately, there was some extra utility in the hands of Alexi there, a Molotov and a HE, I'm pretty sure. But he didn't quite get the chance to activate there. It was an awkward set of smokes that made it challenging for them to throw down.
With what we've seen in this game, I was expecting a 2v4 to go flawlessly for NAVI there. But look, glad we get a bit more Inferno. I'm glad we get to see what Liquid can pull on the T side. But for the moment, the save from NAVI, Mitch, is going to be pretty crucial for the next round. Still a chance for Wonderful, Imma and Bit to find value.
But it means they've still got, you know, some decent chances into the next round. What do they bolster this out with? I would assume they'd probably just take the full save. Want to try get Wonderful enough cash to buy that AWP. Yeah, said if Nertz didn't get JL there, maybe there was a world where it did turn the other way. They're chatting. Liquid.
Yeah. Just discussing what needs to be done. Where to place the pawns. But a util invested around the saved pistols. And again, NAVI leaning stronger towards the B side early on. Liquid going for a faster approach. 30 seconds ticked off the clock, and with a front side smoke, maybe they'll fight for CT. Alexi B seen. But he ain't blocking just yet. And JL maybe knocking a couple of heads with this USP. Should be the point man, but one towards a CT smoke, and Wonderful sitting in the smoke as well. This could get really muddy, really messy. Flash no good for the CTs, and Nertz, he solved the conundrum.
Nice and easy. Every single angle cleared. Which way? Now Bit and Imma will just have to do exactly that once more. Save again. But at least this round will be saving into a good position. They're going to have their Kevlar and helmet. There's a couple of upgraded pistols. They will buy rifles behind them next. They are hunting somewhat, NAVI. Just holding those deeper lines to see if Liquid, rather around, if NAVI will go a little bit deeper. Liquid are very much in control right now, Mac. It's, again, a long and uphill battle. But whilst there's 11, there's still that glimmer of hope, right? A chance. It's only once we hit 12 where they can start to get a little bit more concerned and just starting to focus onto Ancient.
Yeah. Like, okay, big question for me. I've seen Nertz go for the MP7 a few times, and there hasn't been a super large amount of success. That round, bit of a different one. Nice against the anti-eco. But people started to buy the UMP, and I can tolerate that because I love that thing. Great weapon. Underutilized for sure. And I love the slower fire rate, the extra damage at range. But the MP7, the only thing that I can put that towards is an accidental buy from Tyloo against Vici Gaming back in Road to Rio. That's the only value I've seen from this thing in the history of Go, and, well, I guess 2 now. Maybe prior to that it was a bit different. But, is it undervalued? Am I wrong? Is there something Nertz knows that we don't know, or is he just playing silly buggers? That being said, it's time for banana control, and Alexi B makes ultimate dead with that HE.
Removal of the hopes and dreams in the form of one. But JL, ow, he even reacted to that one too on cam. Don't blame him. But it's something. Nertz still low as well. Wonderful keeping a trained eye up towards this boiler position. They are congregating up towards mid now, Mac. Minute left on the clock. Twist ready to pull out some of that utility. Alexi tagged in the process as well, so there is still some damage. Nertz trying to keep them entertained towards B because they are yet to make a call so far. 45 seconds. It is starting to get down that way. Now some utility up once again. Shuey sending it over towards the side of A. Now It's going to be a really, really awkward run back. Here we go. They're going to have to defend with Valor here at NAVI. 30 seconds to go. Liquid need to get moving.
Oh, caught in the open. And lost in transition. It's going to be just a bit remaining, and he's doing a great bit of it over towards the short side. Again, a third, a crispy one onto Twist, and maybe giving NAVI an opportunity to stack that 12th on they've been looking for.
No time to save here. They are both low, but Shui in position. He's got some additional time. Molotov to clear out. Diggity side. They are moving in behind it, so they are doing the buddy system. They will set themselves up to trade. They have to make sure they connect with this one, though. There's so many angles to clear. Time is ticking. No kits, no chance. Just the one in the corner. JL! He'll do it. He'll find it. Shui denied, and that is going to be map point for NAVI. They only lose a coupler. They don't have to save too long, and it's right on the line, but it is enough time. Well done from JL.
Great entries. Big moments. But in the end, not quite enough. Bit 100% the hero for the round. And one more necessary to take us to Ancient. Liquid, fortunately, have had some healthy rounds, so they've still got a bit of money in the bank to maybe make the comeback a reality, but there's a long hill to climb before that discussion even begins.
Already getting peppered down, though, by that utility, aren't they? A little bit of damage from Nerds, but he rips the head off of Alexi B. They're already contesting for this banana position once more. The Molotov to go down to just keep them at bay. But they are keen. Look at them go. Bit does find NAF in the process, however. That's a big, important pick as they dive in towards the apartments. Wonderful here, taking down Nerds. But JL falling as well. Now they can try to pick up the pace here straight through the smoke. Where's he going to be looking? So many angles to try and watch here. Wonderful. He's going to watch top oranges, seeing where they go, but he just has to try and hold this line. A crucial shot to hit, and it does not connect. And now Imma, unless he can find something blind, maybe there's a chance, but otherwise it's just looking like it'll be a save. They do want to try put the sweat on here, but again, it is just that economic woe situation for NAVI where they'll have to walk away and just think about what they've done.
Fortunately, they have space and they have time to get that one round they need. Liquid can't do it in regulation. They have to have eyes set and focused fully on overtime. But again, it's great to see that some of the individuals that were lacking in the first half are starting to do the whacking instead. Should we get a couple of kills on the board? Ultimate 2, who did have a stellar first map, but also has gone missing in the second. And Twists, the expected firepower, is bringing it as well. Keen to see Wonderful's reaction here again. He was not happy with that miss. Got a little angsty in the player cams. We won't get to see it, but you can roll it back if you want. 7 rounds now needed. Mitch. Percentages. Give me one that represents the chances of Liquid making this work.
Honestly,
Wait,
10% doesn't even sound like too much.
J&Z, little lost. Wondering what the hell JL's doing in spawn 10 seconds into the round.
Fair enough, to be fair.
Having a yap.
Yeah. Caught lacking. They've moved up quick, though, here, haven't they, Navi? I do like this stack. What are they going to make work with it? Damage dealt already onto Nerds. They've picked up the pace off the back of it. Are they going to keep on kicking? Yes, they are. And now that utility, will it go down towards Newbox? No, Shui does drop Imma. And now Alexi. Surely he has the AK in hand. It's the M4. That's been picked up. Nay, damage dealt though. Shui finds him. Bit does drop NAF, but unfortunately, again, it's a long way away. Bit is intrigued. But once again, it's going to be a save. Round after round, 1 foot in front of the other up this mountain. That is that of a comeback for Liquid. If Liquid bring this back, Mac, if Liquid close out this map and take it to a 2-0 to the arena, well, they're winning the major.
Well, they're taking a page out of FaZe's book. Finally, some sweet revenge against a different team. Again, One of the more solid sayings in Counter-Strike is you win or you learn. Pretty good for life as well. And it looks like NAVI aren't having to do the learning just yet. Winning still on the cards. And Bit just cooking up whatever he can get his mitts on. But for now, 6 more needed. The magic number. I like this theory, by the way. JL facing from that back of sight to make sure no one was looking at... was it Imma boosted with an M4?
Can't even remember now. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, goldfish memory. But yeah, the triple stack regardless. Draw the attention away. Surely there's not going to be a double stack if we've already killed one there at New Box. You don't clear that. And it got them one. Could have done more damage. Could have also had a better follow-up, but Alexi B caught in the smoke, getting broken. This goes to show that Team Liquid, they know what they're doing here. And NAVI taking another tactical. Spoken about many a time as to the efficacy of Blade's words in those precious seconds. Let's see if this can be the one.
Man, Nerds is still having fun. Naf, not so much. You can tell he is feeling a little flat. But look, a win would be a win. They've been pacing pretty well now as the contest does go up towards middle once more. Molotov to flush Naf in towards a little bit more of an awkward line. But that smoke will keep them at bay. So no real interest. A bit of damage dealt onto Nerds this time round. JL has been punished these last couple of rounds. Now Nerds wanting to keep and going for the fight. But they damage really, really good. I feel like NAVI won this early exchange.
Longside smoke, blooming early. Liquid a molly to short, flash to follow, Naf the peak. No CT's home. And a fake flash to potentially signal the retake, but in the meanwhile, Imma still tucked in the cubby. Not showing face, but will be able to full clear bracket. Given the timing of a jiggle, but speaking of timing, you've got to hit those wonderful, not quite ready for the power of ultimate coming through, and it's all down to Alexi B to get this done. One flash, one moment, and one shot from ultimate turns it all back in Liquid's favor. The 3 remaining members on the A site want to save, and Naf knows that they're still here.
I mean, just use as a human decoy at this point in time, right? I guess if it works, it works. You got to. But it is just crazy. Again, I know you're going to just hammer on to me about bloody Inferno. But 2 AWP shots win a round.
Good shots. Strategic depths,
good shots.
You know, another whole conversation for it. The way that they are entering sight, the front sight smokes, the CT smokes, and then look, the thing that broke it was wonderful, just wasn't quite ready for the peak. I was yapping about something and I wasn't aware if Ultimate was the point man or if someone just jumped across and caught him off. He will watch it again. Nah, just straight away. AWP, not the best weapon to go for peaks like that with, but just the perfect moment to make that move. And Ultimate will find his 9th kill with a beautiful opening and a 7th round for Liquid. Instilling some extra confidence towards the end of Inferno for them. But the job's not done. The ever-evolving magic number has gone to 5 now. And what is that smoke? Cheeky waterfall smoke that Liquid have... I'm guessing it's done on purpose to try to isolate the angles that you fight towards the top of Banana, but I could be overthinking it and it could just be a misthrown smoke. Someone roll it back on Face It Watch for me and let me know real quick.
Thank you, Bob.
Cheers, Bob.
5 rounds. I think if we see a full wipe, not allowing for a save, then maybe we'll start talking about Liquid bringing this one back. It is starting to look a little bit more convincing here. Booster over the top. Nertz onto the half wall. And just these two members again. JL, Alexi B. Are they going to be able to hold this? 45 seconds now. The utility fake still going out from NAF. 4 hungry members of Liquid. Alexi only with that singular smoke. I mean, it will buy him some additional time, but they haven't been holding back from pushing through these smokes, have they? 30 seconds now. Smoke on to the boost spot there. Now as that utility does start to muster, does start to march, it's not even going to be the opening for JL. Alexi gets one, but it's just like clockwork, isn't it? There is enough of member here. Okay, wonderful. Maybe he'll find one. But that smoke surely should go down, keep him at bay. Or do they even have one to block off the coffins? I don't think they do.
Negative.
So he's going to just keep interested. They could actually come in for finally a retake attempt here. But Ultimate, he's deep in CT. He's going to drop him up. And now just leaving that one member at the back aside. Wonderful has crept in, but it's just going to be a matter of timing. NAF, when does he peek? Bit does find it, Mac, as you said, but NAF on the board. Now Bit has to try and clear Ultimate here, but all he needs to do is just buy the time. Does find the shot. NAF has to clutch. NAF should be able to find this, but no, he's got no kit. What am I even entertaining here? Of course he's not going to retake. NAF's just going to keep the round, and there's a swing. Okay, Liquid are winning the major.
4 big impact frags from the Nafinator on your screen. No, I was gasping because I thought I saw a moment where Bit, he got that first one, found the second. And Nubox is bangable, Mitch. He picked the AWP up and I was like, oh, is he gonna? But he didn't, so. And also time, a factor in the end. But that being said, Liquid, yes, could be winning the major. Still to be determined, but for the moment, the new look Liquid is laying down the groundwork and making Alexi B squirm in the player cams here. He is not looking comfortable.
Oh, as I said, like, it just feels like NAVI are like nerfing themselves a little bit. I don't know. Or maybe Team Liquid are doing that. They said, okay, we'll let them get this many rounds. It'll just make it harder for us. It'll make it look way more impressive if we convert this comeback. Because now it definitely starts to sell the narrative of a possibility, right? You know, even if it's sitting down at 2-12 or something along those lines and 5-12, it's just not even believable. But here and now, maybe it is. Yep. It's on your screen right now.
Schmolly towards the top of Banana.
Oh, no.
Wait, hold on. Stuck in the corner. Nertz will be mollied off. It's all A-OK until they get tickled by the shrapnel. And it's looking good. This time, it's aggression from Na'Vi, and they're looking to hunt for banana control. Imma, do they expect him still towards the sandbags? And are they allowed to even fight? That Incendiary buying extra time, and Alexi B and Imma, they were thinking about still going for this one.
You could just see that JL went maybe second too early. Imma on that line. Yeah, you're right. It's getting really claustrophobic for Imma here. He does have Alexi to try and help him out here. But they aren't interested just yet. They still don't have that bomb. A minute left to work with. Ultimate holding the line with the AWP. They can just leave him there for now. Congregate back towards this site. A bit. Naf! He's connected. All of a sudden, maybe we see a little bit of a shift here. Ultimate's going to watch him. He might be able to strangle him. Just hold him here. Keep him interested. They've rotated away. What's happening? Micro mistakes from Na'Vi. They think it's B right now. Imma, he's going to jump up on towards the top of the site. But again, all Ultimate needs to do is just be that singular engagement. Takes him down. Oh, Mac, is it happening?
Imma's face says it all. Wonderful thought he was safe. And will they go for the hunt? There is plentiful economy in the bank for Liquid to send some members back towards B.
Hold me.
To snatch these rifles away and make the adventure towards overtime ever so pleasant. In they creep. Isolated Na'Vi, not playing together at all. It's Imma on top of the sandbags. They soften the fall. An info gain from Alexi with these footsteps coming, tucked in the corner. They want him, they know him. And they are going to be spraying him to the bitter end. Imma still low. 3 points of health in the corner, and it looks like no one's found him.
Mate, Naf's back. He's got a couple of kills. He's looking a little sharper. I mean, look, maybe maybe he's not, but he's got a couple of kills. That's what I'll say.
Stick to the former. Sorry, Nav.
That's fine.
Sorry,
we love him.
Americus.
Naffers, where are you? Support your boy. But just again, Navi's economy is just teetering. I mean, they've got money in the back coffer, so at least they'll have a decent looking buy into round of 23.
Yeah.
But that's if Liquid convert another. It'll be double digits if they find this.
2 more needed after that, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. And Navi fighting for that banana control, this time fully. Molly at the half wall. And Navi isolated here. That smoke will fade, and the T's, they are here and ready to play, but the bomber's going to be spotted making its way up mid, and things get a little awkward now. CT's on both sides at the bottom of Banana, with Wonderful at the top with that 5-7. The Molly nade combo is beautiful, but they don't know about JL just yet. Flash forward, and MP9 at this range, completely fatal, and he's going to be able to give him a facial with the bullets. Only for the first, but not the second. Twist steadies.
Wonderful alone, no Kevlar, a single 5-7. Bit does find Naf, so maybe there's a chance. Twist needs to clear this. He's got some info. He's found the site, and it's still a 3 versus 2. There is weaponry. There is a kit in the hands of Imma, but they're not going to find anything down mid. Do they take another L? Do they call for another save, knowing that they have finally a decent economic situation into this if they save these weapons? I think the latter is the answer, but that means they have allowed Liquid more than a chance. They just need an inch, but they've been given a mile. 2 rounds to go now for Liquid to bring us to overtime.
Mitch, you haven't asked the question about panicking yet, but now's the fucking time to do it.
Oh, I began panicking about 12 rounds ago.
Navi fans, run around, hands up, start bloody screaming. Send some energy their way if you want to see some Ancient, because they need something. They need literally a goddamn miracle to get this round at this point.
Just one single round. A crumb, in fact.
Divine intervention will do. James got it. Why can't Navi too?
For whom the bell tolls, Mac. Liquid. Giving another go. Giving it another run. What's the play going to look like? Twist up at 20. It's quick. Nerds already getting straight into there. He wants to try and take down these members. They're not going to be ready for it. It's all going to be on towards the line. It is awkward. Oh, God. Okay. Finally, there's an opening. There's an entry here for JL. He's got the early information, and the rest of the members are not close enough of Liquid to get anything done. Finally, a man advantage here for Navi.
The conversion is what they need to focus on. Flash is good. Ultimate, though, forced to fight. The Molly doesn't spread, though. And those incendiaries, not worth their weight in gold. But Ultimate still allowed to live. Does he have Midas's touch for the round, though? Info gained, and that smoke goes down. But can he inflict the pain that he needs to? There it is, the equalizer as JL falls. And Alexi, oh, he's knocking on the door, but the trade will come through, and the bomb too has yet to be spotted, but it's creeping solo. Shui, what the hell?
No.
They've just handed it on a silver platter. Navi just
down.
had to hold this for 40 seconds. Mitch, we're done here.
We absolutely are. Naf would have to pull off the biggest round of his career, but he will not. Navi get 13-10. It's across the line, but they look dejected. They do not look pleased with their performance. They're trying to turn up a little bit of a smile, but you can understand why they are not feeling fantastic right now. They need a sort of place, as I said, you know, normally these two teams, historically, maybe more so in 2024, would have already been up there in the arena, would have already made their playoffs.
Yeah.
But now the fact that they have to duke it out in the lower bracket final, anything can happen.
Anything could happen, and Ancient will be where we decide a winner and a loser between Navi and Team Liquid. Let's see what they have in store for us, as Liquid have decided to start on that CT side. Early info gained towards A main, but I don't know if those Ts were quite spotted. Maybe they were with that jump peak. And Bits yapping up a storm. I don't know if they were. They're sending members the wrong way. Shui going to be left solo on the A site, and with the CT smoke, there's going to be no help from Ultimate in just a moment.
They're pretty unmoving as well, aren't they? Ultimate is going to start to try and join them now. He will dive through the smoke nice and early, so he's not going to feel the pressure just yet, but Shuey's still watching over towards the donut. They do get faked out for just a split second. Shuey, great shot, opening up on towards the A main defense. If he can find Wonderful here as well, but instead he's just going to buy his time falling away. Ultimate rips the head off of Alexi. Nice start so far, and that is going to be the bomb dropped on the middle of the site, but Imma will pick up. Now the underarm flash out. Imma, okay, opening up the site with 3, and he's still alive, still kicking. He'll have to clutch it out himself. Shuey has found 3 as well, but can Imma slow down this round? Take a deep breath and try to bait these 2 into submission. He still has plenty more time left, 40 seconds. And Mac, he's going to go all the way around, but I don't think he's got enough time. So he's going to pull the plug on that one.
That would have been the play. Hindsight 2020. But let's see how his vision is on these 2 CTs. Shuey able to swing on the offline, but it isn't even necessary. Nertz on an off angle himself will just take another name. And that's a pistol that was desperately needed even. Polish fans that are awake right now.
They probably are just starting to wake up now, right? It'd be about 10 in the morning over in Europe, or maybe 9. America will be up, 7:30.
Canada
getting
time.
Their brekkie sorted.
Yeah, 7:30. On the money. Well, Imma, with his couple of kills, has afforded himself a deagle. Upgraded the firepower on just the pistolas, and Alexi B waiting out the molly. Not giving info to Team Liquid for free. NAV solo. MP9. Very good tool to have in your hands for this one. Ooh, didn't react or clear the corner, but he will be able to get it regardless. JL falling and Wonderful with a 2-tap in the back of the head. It's the cave players they need to worry about, and the Glock won't get the job done. Free gun for a reason. Ooh, and Imma. Missed moments. Only bit to get some damage done.
Collects the bomb, and we'll just have to have a slow waltz up B long. I don't think NAF actually spotted him there, just outside the cave. But you have a keen eye surely over towards it. Shuey just watching that line now as he does exit. And that will be the opener.
Sorry, the chat's just getting angry that we said the time of Canada. They thought we were talking about Europe and said that we're dumb. Mitch, I think it's pretty common knowledge that we're dumb. Welcome.
Correct.
Chat. Glorp in the chat. Rot those brains a little more. We need it to get through this one as we traverse into Navi's first gun round. Let's see what they can bring to the table. And let's see what Liquid do, prioritizing that mid control, going straight through the smoke, nades, mollies, going bloody everywhere, damage favoring no one in particular, but Bit gets the space and is ready for the double swing through that smoke.
Early picks. Double up. Ultimate, though, able to equalize, bringing it down. Shuey finds another. How have they got away with this? What a response in the middle of the map. Now NAF also dropping Wonderful. It's looking very, very good in the entry here for Team Liquid. Oh, man, a 3v5 on the cards here. Alexi B has to do it all solo. Does have the bomb in hand. Oh, God, NAF. That's your teammate, mate. Ultimate taken down. And now handicapped slightly. Alexi B surely confused, and if he can creep through the temple, maybe he will be expecting a little bit more than a prayer. Shuey is watching, so it should be okay. We can relax. Shuey 7-0. Calm down, boys. Don't worry about it.
So 3v5, that scenario. And look, NAF hasn't had the greatest impact so far for Liquid, but also taking your teammates out. Now that, I think, may be crossing a line. But he is positive this game, and as you could see in the player cams, mentally, they're all positive as well. But let's see if NAVI can make a positive move at mid. They are gaining a whole bunch of space, but won't check the corner. Twist a little whiffy. And unfortunately, this could be a stiff situation to get themselves out of. Smoke towards Donut as Shuey wants blood, wants revenge for his fallen teammate. Imma, however, is going to do it all. NAVI with the Eco Mega Lol to get their first round on the board.
Finally, a game. It's quick. It's chaotic. It's all over the shop. There it is before our we.
Get him again.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful stuff. Great response, though, from NAVI, right? Keeping their composure there. already pushing back Liquid to a pretty motley looking buy. The ultimate AWP is in tow.
Now, I want to take a moment quickly to remind everyone that Imma is very good at the game. Yes, this tournament, he hasn't had the best performance, and even today he's been a little quiet. But Ancient is a place where he can get the cooking going. And so far, so good. If they can get a few more rounds here on the T side, then Liquid could quickly be in trouble. And this round in particular, it is important for Liquid to try and make a play because, look, 5-7s, they're good at close range. But if NAVI figure that out and navigate around all these cheeky little pistols, then it should be quite easy. But that's it. That's what we need from Liquid to win rounds like this. Proactivity, a dry push, and a surprise that JL never asked for.
How he's able to get down long, completely dry, get a pick, no trade. A little bit rough there from NAVI. Caught lacking. Now are they leaning over towards the side of B, up in the window. Ultimate's going to be joining them towards the side of A. So they are just trying to bait it out here. Alexi B getting that utility out from the donut. Now Bit also about to take point, but does he park it? It looks like he will. They are still trying to sell this. They're really trying to pull them over. As I said, they do have 3 of them interested, Mac, but Ultimate's going to be able to be on that line. Nert's actually up on the boost. Ultimate now looking back towards Donut. Narrowly misses the flick, but it is one. Alexi now has to try activate. A couple of missed shots here. Wonderful finds it. No, Ultimate not like this. A leg shot on the Wonderful. Nert's though tagging low. This is awkward. Alexi has dropped Nert's. Another miss shot. Ultimate. That's a full mag, my friend. You can't be doing that. Now Naf in the clutch with Shuey. He will rotate around, getting back in towards the donut here, but do they have enough time? Both these members, Mac, they are so low. 20 points of HP between them. But Shuey now will creep. He's got his sneakers on, but can he connect with the shot? Alexi onto the line, spots the gun barrel. Maybe he can do it. He knows how to hit a shot. Ultimate, watch that one back, mate. 2 points of HP. Now Naf, will he be able to connect onto this one? Drops the smoke to try and keep some interest, but he walks on up. All Alexi needs to do is connect with the techie, but unfortunately he will not find it. And I think Naf, no, you're right, Mac. I don't know if he's got enough time.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh! Half a second.
Head in the hands from Alexi.
Oh, he is so unhappy with that.
How does Ultimate miss all 5 and Liquid still win?
That's incredible. Like, he started strong. Missed 4, had to reload, missed another before falling. Alexi partially showing how it's done. And I thought Liquid misplayed that. I thought Naf needed to be the man to gain the info on the 1 point of health, but ended up being the clutcher and getting it in just in the millisecond needed.
Oh, shout out to my Naffers. They were always believing.
Naffers never worried. The chill sloth individuals, you know what I mean?
Never a doubt.
Okay, so Mitch, keep count here. On how many Navi gun rounds we see this half. 1. So far, it's none. Because they won with the techies. Good showing
this is
from
chaotic
Liquid,
Counter-Strike, isn't it?
This is what we needed from Liquid, right? I looked at the stats. The stats telling a story that is not in their favor, but it's called flipping the script, rewriting the narrative. And TL are looking to do just that. I thought NAVI were going to go faster up the B ramp, but this time, just fighting for lane.
That is painful. Shuey has done that completely blind through that smoke. Alexi B not able to play in this round. Denial of service. JL has to try pick up the pieces for him. They're all sitting outside the cheetah. Do they want to explode here?
How's the timing on this? Shuey on the jiggle. Info gained. Choke smoked. Oh, won't disrespect the molly. And JL happy to go through. Minute on the clock. Smoke on short. Molly on the choke. Will stop NAVI from being able to go through, but they'll face, and Dewey in the meanwhile will fall, pushing that smoke, not aware that Bit could still be lurking, and it ain't working for Naf either. This is looking like NAVI should be stacking on another. But Liquid thinking about going for the flood, and Bit's at the ready. Imma 2, Riflers reigning supreme on the B side. Nert's though coming in. and changing it in his favor.
Oh!
The spam into the cutout, and now it's all on Bit. 2 kills already, 2 more on the agenda. But can he eat it all up? Spots him swinging. Post, but Nertz is just that much better right now. 4 kills on the retake, and so much time to stack the 5th on.
He has been absolutely incredible in this competition, hasn't he, Nertz? The individual performance, the wow factor that he can bring. It's not there all the time, but when it's there, it's bloody beautiful. And that is a round that they have managed to secure. And even though in that time, Shuey's still saying, let's focus, let's take this one forward, because he got away with a hell of a lot, but it did slip away, right? There was a little bit of disorientation in that retake. But Nertz getting the job done for now. 5 on the trot for Liquid. Yeah, look at that. Stunned.
There's your Shuey Cinema emote. What was that, a 2v4? Lovely series of events for Nertz, who did have a slow start to the map, but now he is getting warmed up. Shuey, 1 for 1. Good info at least on Alexi B's position. And Wonderful looking to lead the charge up the ramp side too. Oh, getting frisky with it. Twisty, unfortunately, going to be put in a rough position. NAF able to at least trade. And the double long setup will lock in B for the moment.
That's enough for now though, right? Allows the rotation to come over. The smoke gives them some additional time. Because look at the investment in towards main from Nertz here. He's already looking. And will he be cooking? We'll have to find out soon, because Imma surely not going to be aware. 1:05 left on the clock. There is no way that he's going to be there this quickly, but where does he go with it? Does he drop behind mid? Looks like he is going to start to. This could be massive, Nertz. The timing is all on your shoulders right now, my friend. Up at the window, he spots 1 and a second back of the head too. Now they start to scramble. Now they start to get concerned. And they're just disconnected. Wonderful, still with the bomb inside Cheetah.
This is the
Bit
call.
trying to pick up some space towards Donut.
Bit's going to show himself and hope to draw rotations, allowing some space for Wonderful to either go one way or another. And with 30 on the clock, he can hear that rotation through CT, as well as one going through Banana. And with that, Bit has space to walk right back. And now with 20, that bomb's going down. It's all a ruse, it's all a fake. And Liquid, they've escaped the scene, but need to do a whole bloody U-turn. NAF thinking, what the hell's going on here? And that time is ticking down. NAVI looking to rejoin each other.
They're so separated all together, right? It's just a bunch of 1v1s. NAF has found Wonderful in the process. I cannot believe the round has turned on a dime that quickly. I was sure that the control found by Bit was going to afford them with something. But yeah, disheveled. I think someone in the chat said Navi look sedated. And that's quite a statement.
It was, yeah. The thing, that was just one of them weird situations, right? Where it's a 2v2, but no one's playing together. NAF gets a nice timing, and Ultimate snatches that away. As Bit, unfortunately, got himself caught at the shelf under heaven. Red Room smoke, and Navi struggling to find success at all. Liquid not even going for the mid control now. Happy just to sit back and let Navi come to them because it's been working. Why do they have to change it?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Will this default find anything though? Lacking space still. Completely separated. Bomb dropped. No forward positioning. Finally now starting to see Bit pick something up inside A main. But a lot more work to do, Mac.
Just feeling out what's going on. And that bomb will be picked up and carried towards the A side of the map. Bit not spotted yet. Twist up on the platform. Won't allow him to see that shadow coming, but Ultimate again going to find success onto JL once more. And with that, and the info on the AWP's position, they're going to start to speed up on the other side of the map, and that's if they get past Twist. 1 for 1, and Nertz hoping that he's got that helping hand from the side, and that is going to be more than enough. NAF enters in just in time as Shuey snatches the last away, but this is going so well, better than anyone's expected for Liquid.
There's literally just not a drop of water out of place right now for Liquid. A perfect green room, Mac, on the map that is Ancient, and they're living completely inside of it. Taking every single inch of space, denying NAVI, starving them of control. And now they're back on the pistol. This is just... Oh man, I can't even formulate it into words how NAVI must be feeling right now.
And the mobility, the change up in the CT setup, up against the pistols. Ultimate, instead of being at B this time, he's over towards Temple at A. Nertz as well, so solid. From Donut, just making all the right moves in a lot of these rounds. But now, what do they do up against the pistols? Safe position from Shui in Cave will be relinquished as they go for a defensive smoke. And Navi dry will make their way all the way through. Shui almost connecting there. And a whole kit of util to go for at least one more phase and one more wave. Liquid, the handshake to just play for the retake.
Sometimes you see these 5-on-5s. They haven't yet found the bomb plant though yet. They've still got a little bit of utility in hand to start marching out. But they don't want to give away their positions. All settled now, trying to get in towards the post plant. We've got one on the lurk, which is Bit. But now as that utility does start to rain down, Imma peppered 11 points of HP. Now it starts to really get in. 7, getting awkward. But they've got control. All 5 of Liquid coming from CT. Is it going to work? Naf and Nertz, but Alexi gets it back. Bit finding another. Now Ultimate has to shine. He hits the shots. They will connect. And now it's into the clutch. Alexi up against Ultimate. He's slipped the net. He's gone around. It's an open plan. Will he be able to find the right timing? Find the right line? He's off it. Alexi knows, and there's no time. There was never time, Mac. It was only Alexi, and Navi can get on the board with a second.
So how many gun rounds have Navi won now, Mitch?
0.
Still 0. Crazy little bit of chaos going through in the post plant. JL at least getting on the board, so no more James Bond. But Navi still a chance at 5 here in the first half of Ancient. Wonderful. Get the big green going. And we'll see if anything changes up here for either side. This time Liquid
swing round,
thinking about fighting for that mid control, but Navi not offering the same thoughts. It's a push in through the smoke at Cave, and it's dangerous for Shui, but he's put his life on the line, and it's just chaotic again, but this time JL will get his just desserts.
They just got to be so careful though, don't they, Mac? They lose this round and they are broken economically. JL now finding Ultimate. That's the AWP gone down. And they're not even in a position where they'll likely be able to save just yet. Imma is waiting outside mid. They surely still will look to fight for this, the side of Liquid. They've got the rounds to work with. But again, dropping the knee to this one would make it awkward, would make it challenging. Backside control now secured. Alexi looking to take point here, trying to drop Naf, but Naf will make the round a possibility, keeping them alive for now.
No, it's still alive. And until he's dead, oh, okay. I won't believe anymore. Man's been a bloody key piece of the puzzle here. Naf, still a shot, still a chance, but it's just MP9s. And that time is ticking away. With no kit in play, that makes things incredibly difficult, and even more so with Twist, who is looking for maybe an exit, maybe a little buffer to the economy. We'll get one $600 kill reward, but no 8K and no life to the next. Navi taking every morsel of this half that is remaining.
Just like many do will on the Sunday night of IEM, Mac, they'll waltz their way into the Crown Casino and look at their pockets. Well, they've got nothing left. That's Liquid right now. They've invested on the wrong tables. And as a result, they're going to have to take the save deep into this half, meaning that whilst they still will obviously lead it out, there's a chance at potentially 4 or 5 here for NAVI.
You mentioned it before, and it does feel like Liquid, like when they're winning, they look so confident, but as soon as they face any adversity at all, it's like the life gets sucked out of them.
Yeah. And especially Twist having a quiet game too. He was looking good in the previous 2.
I'd say still early days, but we're almost halfway done. 2 more rounds left here in the half. And Navi, economy's still breakable, but up against just a couple of USPs here in Cheetah, it should be easy. And JL, though he knows, he's got an inkling. He's got a helping hand with Imma by his side. Not enough damage pumped onto NAVI. And the 3 remaining members for Liquid, well, they're on the opposing side of the map to where NAVI have set their sights.
Even that engagement was a little bit scrappy though. Mac JL actually dinking Imma. So you can tell they are disheveled. Certainly not feeling it entirely. There's a level of hesitation going into this B site still. They'll still drop their utility to make sure they do it and do it well. They want to secure this 4th. And for Liquid, well, they didn't have a hell of a lot to come into this round anyway, so they're not going to be surprised about this L.
Looking like it will just be the handshake. Liquid not too fussed about giving kills across to NAVI. They'll just be sharing a couple of stories to each other here in Donut. Maybe exits, you know, maybe a couple of AKs. That sounds quite succulent to carry across to round number 12. But I don't think they're going to be finding those at all. Nert's making a hullabaloo, and Alexi B happy to get aggressive with the Mac 10. So we'll just escape away. And stats will be padded in the end. Another to the sound of it. Probably wonderful. But let's see if NAVI can complete the comeback into the half. Mitch, how many gun rounds have NAVI won now?
1?
2.
Okay. Sorry.
But close. You were 1 off.
I kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit there. Looking down the old kaleidoscope. It's been a big couple of days, man. Got to admit. Came out swinging on Monday. We've had some pretty good luck in these afternoon B-stream games, haven't we?
Yeah, there's been some scorchers, some crackers. And this one ain't done just yet. It's providing the goods. And I'm in the market for some cold, hard Counter-Strike.
It will be given.
Liquid. Eyes on mid. This time, maybe Imma will go out. Playing anti, thinking about it. Won't edge the smoke, though. And Twist straight up towards the heavens. Going to be able to find the first one. Flicking for the second, but won't connect. Alexi B answering for 1. We're down to the 4v4, but that smoke at the bottom of mid.
Nuts.
It's starting to fade. Re-smoke in the right timing, and a molly keeps him at bay. So which way will NAVI opt to take this?
Only thing is, Alexi B taken so low in that exchange right now. Shui will walk straight into him, resurging back through Cheetah. They will leap. And now they have to try and make their way through this smoke right now. They will be afforded the site. The rotation comes around from Imma very, very late. I don't think they're actually aware of it. They might be able to get this bomb plant free of charge. Wonderful has to wait for the smoke. The timing, it's great. Shui oversteps his welcome. Gone walkabout. Doesn't know where he's going to be found, but oh, the timing, it's going to be awkward, Imma. Oh, the smoke is there.
Oh, lordy. Looked so good, but the refresh buys some time. Bit shoots back even harder, and just like that, things get even more awkward. Ultimate flicking around, clearing as much as he can. And looking to buy some time for NAF to maybe make this an 8th on the board. Wonderful, picking his moments, picking his timings, but that bomb planted in the open and no kit in play makes this that much harder. Not today, NAF, not today. 7-5, NAVI complete, almost a comeback in the half, not in the lead, but they've got much more of a chance leading into the second. That's some passion coming through from the Liquid individuals, but I'm sure we're going to hear a little more from NAVI this half. They now get to be the defenders, get to be the ones to control the map if possible. But let's see what Liquid have for us. A pistol will make it that much easier. Mitch, how's this one going to go down?
Got no bloody idea, Max, but whatever Liquid are doing, they're doing it fast. They are straight out on towards this side, but Bit will rip the head off of Nert straight down. And now they try to cross, try to get in towards position. It's a trade out accordingly. Back to a 3-on-3 already. Alexi will be tapped down. But they haven't found that bomb plant yet. They're a little bit now hesitant. Wonderful on the flank, trying to hold Shuey in position. And they look like they want to get through here, Mac. They've already crept onto the site. They're not aware of it. Wonderful, though. Will be taken down, getting another JL and Imma, needing to see what they can do here. Alexi also still kicking. Shuey taken low. It's chaos. They're running out of bullets. What? Shuey charging. Still low, and they will get it done. Liquid hold on.
Holy cow. How the hell have they done that? Both health bars were so low for Liquid, but they get it in the back pocket. They get the job done. Hit the shots that NAVI couldn't. And it looked so good for a moment for a couple of these individual sharp shots out of JL, but Shuey, 8 points of health and he's swinging like that. Confidence bleeding through them. Nerds astounded there, and understandably so. NAVI going for the force. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all, but they want this mid control, and so far it's going well. That MP7, I question, doesn't work. And just like that, NAVI will now find themselves with a one-man advantage, and not for bloody long. Crispy one out of Shuey. Gets his 16th kill for the game so far.
Jesus. He was AWOL on Inferno, and now he's looking clean with it on Ancient. Now they pick up the pace on towards this side of BMAC. It is equal 4-on-4, but the challenging footing now starts to come through on towards this site. Retake if JL can hit the shot, but it will not connect. That smoke will go down, isolating the space. Alexi B tries to make his way in. Imma will find one. Wonderful as well. Oh, it's getting spicy, Mac. Hot under the collar, needing to try and connect with this now as they push on through, but Twist will deny. JL has to be the hero, but with no kit, just the dig. He is going to get in there, see if he can find it. Oh, Shuey's gone in towards that smoke. He loves it. Smoke criminal, looking to do his best Stewie impression. Twist, though, gets dropped. I don't know if he's got the time, though. No, not at all. Just playing the exit. Shuey will take him 17-8. The new captain, and look at him. Stone cold, mewing, in fact.
Unthinkable scenes. And Nerds on the scene. He gets his head ripped off, but it didn't matter. The 4v5 gets brought back by Liquid. And NAVI now have to go for another save. They were thinking about it. They're trying to figure out how to get as much damage out of this round as possible, because if they can connect on a few of these Liquid members, they can crack that economy and quickly get back into the game on the CT side. But it's a matter of making that work, getting it done. At the moment, it's not looking fun. 4 rounds the gap, and it's looking like it should be a 5th if everything goes right here for Liquid.
It's just a fact that they may very well have to stomach a double digits comeback again. NAVI hasn't exactly set themselves up for success in these last couple of maps. Or they have, but then they've lost stability, lost ground. I just saw the chat, Mewy. Help me.
Whoa, love that out of Alexi. The extinguish into the drive-by. But he won't get mitts on that rifle just yet, eventually. No, it's just that MAC-10. And Nerds finds value with the MP7. Aggression starting to creep towards the A site, but that's where the stack is. Wonderful. I don't think his silencer is poking around the corner, nor seen just yet. Oh, it was. All eyes on the prize, jumping through again. Nerds 2, suffering the same fate as his brothers on the A site. And Alexi going way too quickly, making a hullabaloo. And Shuey deals with that successfully. 10 on the board. 3 needed to make it to the arena.
Pretty good start. Very, very convincing round as well. Or convincing start to the half is what I was going for. That's the one that they had to give up, irrespective. NAVI. Alexi made something worthwhile, but now it's the AWP out for Wonderful. All the rifles in tow. They've got a 2-5 to bring it to a tie. Let's see if they've got what it takes here, NAVI. They'll need it.
All right, guns on guns. Let's see if NAVI can get over that hurdle. Oh, the flash is good, but the smoke's so deep. JL given a moment, but he won't take the chance. Oh, Alexi, him and Wonderful. Things getting harder for both of them, and they are not playing together. It'll boil to a timing. Spray is good, but he won't finish the job onto Shuey.
Shuey's still so confident to even be firing a couple of warning shots back through that smoke, but Ultimate, yeah, he's ready for it. The right-eye peek is beautiful. That is a 3 versus 5, Mac. Looking like it may very well be 11 here for Liquid.
Shadow still seen. And Alexi knows. But we'll just stick his own nose where it may not belong, back towards the spawn, but this time, Crosshair trained on the right position.
Pulling the rotate, though. It's going to be B. Going to be smoked off. Wonderful.
Oh, the timing. Nerds. He slipped through. And the CT's thinking about maybe going for the save already. Wonderful, reacting 3v3. Ah, but there's just no time for them to retake map control or poise themselves for a retake. So that will be 11, Mitch. And 3 weapons looking to be carried by NAVI into the next.
What do you even say at this point in time if you're Alexi B? If you're Blade? You're 6 rounds down. Elimination point will be 2 rounds away. You've come all the way to Melbourne to give it a real solid crack. And you're facing Liquid, an opponent that you've trounced before. You were a major winner not that long ago, NAVI. And now the rounds are not going your way.
It's incredible that Bit doesn't win that initially. He gets that pick onto Ultimate where he knows that he is, and oh, it's a whole different round. Crucial kill there. And maybe one of the last remaining timeouts for NAVI this tournament, as Blade has to set them straight and allow them to find their first round for the second half. That save's so crucial to get all 5 weapons on the board here. But where do they go? Where do they place their pieces? What's the call out of Shuey?
Yeah. I was just about to say quickly, you know, just the difference in emotion across the 2 desks. Boy, all right. Liquid. It's going to be a quick play, Mac. Straight through it. Going immediately into the flames. They are going to be worse off for it, but Alexi and JL, okay, here we go. A couple of quick kills. Shuey does manage to get 1 back, but it's a 2-on-5, and you almost wonder what the exit strategy is here. They are going to be able to get control on towards the site. Wonderful. Able to deny. And now NAF also taken. So the pause is great for NAVI. They go for the quick call. As you mentioned it, what was it going to be from Shuey? It's wrong. That's the answer.
The reaction so swift out of NAVI. Everyone on the scene just in time. Utility maybe leaves something to be desired, but the shots were good, and that's what you got to look at. NAVI, if they're all firing on every single cylinder, then that's when they can be their most dangerous. And with that round 1, there is a chance to get back into the game. There's not a lot of room for any fumbles. Flash forward, Imma peeking and maybe even hearing things happening towards the A site. Will traverse to Donut, Bit joining the fray. And Wonderful still posted. He might even go for more flashes in. A chance, a shot connecting, but not getting the kill contracted. And he'll get another as well. Bomb seen, in comes the rotations, but it's about what everyone else can do. Wonderful finding 2. And Imma, oh, missed opportunity on the smoke fade.
Great stuff from Nerds, able to break in towards the site, makes it doable now, 3 versus 3. Molotov going a little bit too deep. A warning shot through the smoke. It's all going to be eyes onto that flank from Alexi B, the captain, trying to put some pep in his step of the boys. It's a round that they desperately need here, Mac. A HE into Donut. They're out on towards the side here, but they are just chilling in the corner, just outside the temple. JL finds one, make it two, all left onto Ultimate. Is he going to be able to open up the bank account? A shot missed. We've seen a few not connecting from here. No! Ultimate, not like this. Onto the defuse now. It's the 10-second stick, and I think he just has to leave it. I think he just has to let it go.
That's
Ultimate,
Ghost.
my God, we want to rely on you so badly, but he gives Navi a chance.
The cursed position for him. He just can't hit a bloody shot from there. Unfortunate scenes if you're a Liquid fan, because that is a fumble. JL, lovely double on the retake. And Navi ain't done just yet. 4 more to climb to tie this up. And then it's anyone's game at that point. Economy schmacked. Ultimate able to at least bring the AWP across and give them a chance in the round. But we'll see what Liquid opt to do. 1-4 split. Nert solo with a techie. Looking to go toe-to-toe with Wonderful, and the AWP will be boosted over towards the ramp side. Info gained. JL doesn't want to go toe-to-toe with that at all. So ramp gets smoked. And Liquid trying to figure out where they want to go. 2 bangers for Shuey. I dare say it's just going to be that B-pop eventually. Once Navi bleed out the util.
Game is starting to get really exciting though, isn't it, Mac? You know, this round not exactly the strongest looking. Liquid will have another buy in tow, but it's starting to give Navi that little bit of extra confidence build that they need. Now, as you said, they posture themselves, start to walk up, flash over towards the top here onto the line. Will be bit, hasn't had the best of games, but he does open up. Twist gets taken down, now has to reposition back in towards the cave. Does miss another shot. Ultimate just can't put them together right now. Wonderful, finding another onto Nerds. And now as the flank does start to come around, Ultimate still poised, still watching to see if he can find anything. Bit will take him. Last 2 members, Naf and Shuey. Naf picks up the AWP, but he's taken down, and Shuey joins the party very, very late. But I don't think he's going to be able to find much. 1v5, P250. Bit takes him 5 alive for Navi. 3 rounds the difference. What's this next round going to look like for Liquid?
Nobody knows at this point. But Navi get it done. And in a healthy manner. 4 players with some safety in the coffers. Can afford a little bit of room for error, but they still need to keep these rounds pumping in their favor. And Liquid this time, they want to go blow for blow at mid. Flashes forward, players in, and Alexi, on the off angle, just locks onto the sound and takes down his opponent.
Captain takes down Captain. He's been an important piece of the puzzle this round, Shuey, this map entirely. Lexi B does fall away, happy with his trophy for now. Bomb still dropped outside spawn. They've got some additional time. They managed to clear their way in towards lane, but again, not really a hell of a lot much space.
A lull in the action as Liquid poise themselves. Toss the util to Naf towards main. Cubby Mollies at the ready. Nowhere for JL to stand, and a smoke at short. It will just be down to Wonderful and how he deals with the pump and the pop in through this smoke. He's done well for the first, but not quite the second. It's JL to try and save the day over the flames, but it's 1 for 1s. And the flame, spray ain't connecting long enough, but it will buy time for the rotation. No, going forward. Alexi had to go for the reload, but he didn't have a helping hand, and now we're down to the 2v2. It's anyone's game.
Nerds really making this round doable now for the side of Liquid. They have to find this Im and Bit. Naf takes down Bit, the AWP in tow. It has to be Imma. Is he going to be able to find this position? Tap onto the bomb. He might actually look to stick it, Mac. He's looking to stick the whole thing. Naf, will he be able to connect with a shot? Of course he will. Map, series, qualification, group stage, Wicket Wednesday point.
One more sweet round. to send Liquid onto the stage in front of many angry JKS fans. But we'll let him have it for now. And Navi, plenty of cash. A better buy than what Liquid's brought to the table. But they still need to connect those shots and win those man advantages if they can find themselves there again. 3-2 split, Navi. Not opting to contest that lane control. Just looking to progressively bleed out their own utility. And play together this time. Double long on the Alexi in the cave. And an aggressive play starting to creep out from Bit. Man wants info. And Ultimate taking Wonderful out. He'll know that JL's still lurking around, and Alexi should be here too if you're playing that nameplate Counter-Strike. But a whiffed smoke at long gives space for Navi to keep on playing.
A big scalp to find for Ultimate as well, who hasn't really been connecting with shots these last few. The AWPer of Navi goes down. And now Alexi, a lot of pressure on him, just stays completely still. They've called for the rotation, but my eyes are going to be on towards Bitmac. I think they are going to be making their way over towards that side of A, and the pressure really does start to amount. They walk into main. It will be NAF. They've been able to at least slow the pace, but 30 seconds, it is definitely going to be an A-site lane.
Bit about to get tested. Twist, trying to make a noise and sell a little fake too. But Alexi, he knows more than that. He knows better. And he may want to send JL back to the A-site soon. Bit falling. The A-site's open for business. And Navi are crumbling. Only 2 players remain to keep the dream alive. And JL had a knife out. That's it. That's done. NAV locks it in. And Liquid make it happen on the third, on Ancient. They will be going to the arena. And Shui against all odds coming in, the bounce back from Bucharest to make it to the playoffs.
Absolutely immaculate stuff to come out there.